Charley Rosen has been a longtime friend of Phil's, worked with Phil in Albany with the Patroons and the CBA, an author of many books. He has another book coming out tomorrow, a fiction book, Sammy Wong, All-American, so you can get that tomorrow in bookstores and on Amazon. But Charley's nice enough to join us now. Charley, it's Michael Kay and Don LaGreca. How you doing?
How you guys doing?
We're doing very, very well. I'd like to get your first reaction when you heard that the Knicks had offered Phil this job. Do you think he would take something like this?
Well, I wasn't surprised that he was offered the job. A little surprised that he's really thinking about it. What's his connection to the Knicks? Aside from the fact that he lived in New York, there's nobody in that organization that I know of who was around when he was a player. And he did say that the roster was clumsy, is the word he used. But on the other hand, he's got a Jones. He's passionate about basketball, and he understands that that's his gift to influence a basketball team. He has done it in the past by coaching, and now apparently he'll have a chance to do it in another way. So I'm surprised, and I'm not surprised.
Now, what kind of executive do you think he'd be? We know he's going to be he has been a great coach and would be a great coach for this team, but with that off the table, how do we know he'd be a great executive?
It depends on how much power he has. If he is given the key to the building where he can pick his own coach, let the coach maybe pick one assistant, and he would pick the other assistants, pick the scouts, pick the everybody else on the staff, and really put his stamp on the franchise. We're going to trade this guy. We're going to sign this guy. We're going to waive this guy. We're going to let this guy go to free agency. I think he'll be a great executive because he knows the game, obviously, and he sees the game in a very unique way. He sees it from a different angle than most coaches, than most executives, than most players. And he really can see into what I call the isness of a game, what's really happening out there, what certain players are and are not capable of doing, and whether they are or are not winners. So I think he'd have a dramatic effect on the product that the Knicks would put out on the court, but also just changing the culture, the woe is me, how are we going to lose this game kind of thing. And his presence, I think, would influence a lot of guys in the league who might have had personal success but have never won a ring to want to come to Phil. His name is synonymous with championship rings. And I think this is a different kind of challenge for him because he has always, when he was a coach, taken over teams that were just short of being NBA champs. And this